Good day buddies. It's been raining here for several weeks straight now on my area, so I hope you're all doing fine out there. Wherever you are. Like our cute and active pet ants here. Today's video is all about how to take care a young pet ant colony in a test tube, and we'll cover most of the common questions such as how I properly feed a colony in the founding stage. The very basic. Before your ant colonies get massive, or grow monstrous in numbers, that can demolish their prey with ease. We also got a care and feeding guides here and on the description for mature colonies, in case you're looking for one. Before we start, please allow me to give special thanks to the most awesome guys on our channel. Jeffrey Miles, Sean, The Hunter Chick, Stefan, Thomas, Future Bird, West Virginia Ant Keeper, Kazan Jenkins, Zombie Zealot, Riley Edits, and Ransom. Thank you so much for supporting our future project, which is the Members Terrarium, and for making every episodes possible. Special thanks also to our community top engagers, for the comments, liking and sharing our vids. Let me also say welcome back buddies. And for those new to the channel, you're also welcome to D-Colony. This vid is pretty simple, and we've got this young ant colony here on a test tube as our guest of honor. If you may notice they got a messy home here. On their first feeding we directly feed them on the glass test tube, for the purpose of this video, as we'll show you how to avoid this from happening, and to give our pet ants a clean and healthy living space. Anyway, this is our pet fire ants on their 6th week, growing their empire in the shadows. We'll just disturb them a bit to film. We'll save this clips of the queen here, before her colony explode in numbers, which will make it difficult for us to film her freely again, as the workers will also try to hide her. Speaking of it, isn't she cute trying to hide behind the pupae? For each feeding here's what I usually need. Tissue paper, scissors, tweezers, and a piece of baking paper. I love using them, as ants tend to dump waste on the sticky leftover after they eat, which saves us time on cleaning, and they're disposable as well. We'll just cut a tiny piece of it, just enough to fit nicely inside the test tube, and simply use it as a plate for the meals to serve, so the juice from insects and liquid foods won't mess the glass. We'll just fold it in the middle like this, and another fold on the edge, so we could easily grab the paper the time we need to remove them, like this. Also, we have these two containers here containing the food, carbs and protein. Here's where I make or mix the sugar water. The other one is where I blanched the feeder insects. I'm blanching every insects I feed, especially this time buddies, as we've got some colonies dealing with a virus-like disease. We're getting unusual die-outs on some of my colonies, and I suspect it's from the food, so we're blanching every meals, as my feeder insects got ransacked by rats. Especially the mealworms farm, whom they ate everything including the beetles. The virus or anything harmful came from the rats, I believe, so we're trying our best to make it safe for the ants. Anyway, let's put the sugar water first. I usually use pipette with this, but we can also use a toothpick or spoon like what I'm doing here, for a more precise amount, as 1 drop of sugar water is still too much for the young colony we're feeding today. We may only need around 25% of that, or even smaller, we apply 2 micro drops, and we'll use the smaller one as an adhesive so the ants won't be able to drag their food easily deep in the tube. Especially effective for small colonies. We'll just dry the roach on a tissue paper. We forgot to blanch the smaller nymph, so we'll need to cut just a portion of it, since it's too big for the colony. This is just their 3rd feeding buddies at 6th week, they had their first at 4th week. And we'll just stick the roach here on the sugar water droplet. Then simply place the plate with food inside the test tube. Then the cotton plug back before the ants escape. For younger colonies like here, I usually feed protein and sugar at the same time as it's more convenient this way. For feeding schedule, I usually feed once a week until the 8th week or 2nd month. Then feed them more often after that, like every 5 days. Then every 4 days. Every 3 days. You can definitely tell they need to get feed again if the workers are so active and eager to try and get out of the tube. If you want less often feeding, you can also give them more food on each feeding than usual. I'm sure you've already seen this method of feeding on most of our colonies before buddies. Like on our acrobat ant colony. Or on our big-headed ants, which are all mature colonies now. On feeding vids like those, we usually get the questions we tried answering on this episode. Anyway, here's our 2 fire ant colonies at 6th week, and one of them will be a new experimental colony, probably the smaller colony in size. One of the experiments is we'll try to make seeds as their main food. But anyway, we'll surely need an outworld or feeding area for them on their 4th feeding, especially the bigger one. To make each feeding time more convenient, as they're also producing lots of waste now. Wish this vid answered most of the questions, and helpful enough especially to our less experienced keeper buddies out there. I just hope you have learned something from this video, guys. Be a genie for the first time, by granting my wish and tapping the like and share button, that would help a lot. This is D Colony, saying goodbye. For now. But hoping to see you on my next videos.